The night bus that doesn't stop. It was a little past midnight when I missed the last normal bus. The streets were quiet, too quiet. No cars, no people, just the faint hum of distant streetlights and the sound of my own footsteps. I had two options: walk home for nearly an hour, or wait and hope something came. That's when I saw it. A bus, slowly approaching from the far end of the road. Its headlights were dim, almost flickering, like it was struggling to stay on. I frowned. I didn't remember any buses running this late, but still. I stepped forward and raised my hand. The bus didn't stop immediately. It rolled past me slightly, then jerked to a halt a few meters ahead. The doors creaked open. That should have been my first warning. Inside, it was silent. Too silent. There were passengers sitting in different seats, but none of them were talking. None of them were on their phones. None of them even looked at me. They just sat there, staring straight ahead. I hesitated at the door. "Are you going toward GRA?" I asked. No response. The driver didn't even turn his head. He just slowly lifted his hand and pointed inside. I should have left, but I didn't. I stepped in. The moment I did, a cold feeling ran through my body. Not normal cold, the kind that feels wrong, like stepping into a room where something bad just happened. The doors slammed shut behind me. I flinched. Still no one spoke. I moved slowly down the aisle and took a seat near the middle. That's when I noticed something strange. Every single passenger looked off. Their skin was pale. Their eyes looked dull, almost lifeless, and none of them blinked, not once. The bus started moving again, slowly at first, then faster, too fast. We passed the first bus stop. There were people there, 3 of them, waving, trying to get the driver's attention. "Stop!" one of them shouted, but the bus didn't slow down. It didn't even hesitate. We just kept going. I turned to look at the driver. "Why didn't you stop?" I asked. No answer, not even a reaction. That's when I noticed the mirror above him, the one that reflects the inside of the bus. I stared at it for a second, then my chest tightened. I couldn't see myself. I leaned forward, looked harder. I could see the seats, the passengers, the aisle, but where I was sitting, there was nothing. My heart started racing. I quickly turned to the passenger beside me, a man in a black jacket. "Hey, can you see me?" I asked. Slowly, very slowly. He turned his head toward me, and for the first time, someone made eye contact. His lips moved, barely. "You shouldn't be here." I froze. "What do you mean?" I whispered, but he had already turned back forward, like nothing happened. The bus sped up again, faster. The streetlights outside started blurring. Then something worse happened. At the next stop, there were more people. But this time, they weren't trying to get on. They were trying to stay away. Some were backing up slowly. Others were shaking their heads. One woman was crying. No, not again," she whispered. I felt a chill crawl up my spine. Then I heard it. A voice right behind me, soft, cold. "Look outside." I turned toward the window, and what I saw made my blood run cold. The reflection in the glass showed me sitting there. But I wasn't alone. There was something behind me, something tall. Its head tilted unnaturally to one side. Its face stretched into a smile that was too wide, too wrong. I spun around. Nothing there, just empty space. But when I looked back at the window, it was closer. I stood up immediately. "I need to get off!" I shouted. No response. I rushed toward the front. "Stop the bus!" I yelled. Still nothing. The driver didn't move, didn't react, didn't even breathe. Then I noticed something that made everything worse. His hands. They weren't holding the steering wheel. They were just resting there. And yet, the bus kept moving. That's when I realized no one was driving. I stumbled back. panicking, the passengers still motionless, still silent, still staring forward like they were waiting for something. The voice came again, closer this time. "You missed your stop." I felt something brush against my shoulder. Slowly, I turned my head, and this time it was right there, standing in the aisle, smiling. Everything went black. I woke up on the side of the road, gasping, alone. Morning light hit my face. Birds were chirping. Cars were passing. Everything felt normal. At first, I thought it was just a nightmare until I checked my phone. There was a notification, a missed call from an unknown number. Time 3:17 a.m. There was also a voicemail. I hesitated, but played it. Static. Then a voice. My voice, panicked, whispering, "Don't get on the bus." Then something else spoke right after me, soft, smiling. "We'll see you again." The call ended. That was 3 nights ago. Since then, every night at exactly 12 a.m., I see it again, the same bus, driving slowly down my street, and this time it always stops right in front of my house. The doors open, and something inside is waiting for me to get in. The night bus that takes one passage. It was 12:46 a.m. when I got off work. I was exhausted, barely thinking straight. The streets were empty, too empty. No cars, no voices. Then I saw it. A bus. No route number, no destination sign, just darkness. Behind the windshield, I hesitated, but I stepped forward anyway. The doors opened instantly, like it was waiting for me. Inside, there was only one passenger, a woman sitting at the very back, her head lowered, her face hidden. I took a seat near the front. I didn't want to sit near her. Something felt wrong. The bus started moving, slowly, then faster, too fast. After a few minutes, I heard something, footsteps, behind me. I froze. I hadn't heard her get up. Slowly, I turned my head. She was in the aisle, closer now. "Excuse me," I said. No response. She took another step, dragging her feet. "Driver, stop the bus," I said. Nothing. Then she spoke. Her voice was wrong. "He only takes one." My chest tightened. "What?" She lifted her head, and I wish she hadn't. Her face was wrong. Eyes too wide, smile too stretched, skin pale, unnatural. "He only takes one," she repeated. Then she pointed at me. I ran. "Stop the bus!" The driver slowly turned his head, and I saw his face, or what was left of it, just darkness, endless darkness. The bus stopped suddenly, the doors opened. I jumped out and ran. I didn't stop, not until I couldn't breathe. When I looked back, the bus was gone. The next day, I saw her again on a missing person poster. Same face, same clothes, missing for 3 years. That's when I understood that bus doesn't carry passengers, it takes them. Since then, every night at 12:46 a.m., I see it again. The same bus, stopping right in front of me. The doors open, and something inside is waiting for me. The night bus that never reaches its destination. I got on the bus. At exactly midnight, I remember checking my phone. 12 a.m., right on time. At first, everything felt normal. Passengers talking quietly, a couple whispering near the back, someone scrolling through their phone, the driver focused on the road, and the soft, steady hum of the engine. It felt ordinary, comforting even. Then we passed my stop. I frowned. Maybe I was mistaken, but no. I knew this route. I stood up. "Excuse me, that was my stop." No one responded. I looked toward the driver. "Driver, you missed it." Still nothing. No movement, no reaction. Then something changed. The passengers stopped talking all at once, like someone pressed pause, silence, heavy, Unnatural silence. I slowly sat back down, my heart starting to race, and that's when I noticed everyone was staring at me. Not normal staring, not curious, not confused, just empty, cold, unblinking. Why are you looking at me like that? My voice felt small. A man across the aisle tilted his head. Then he smiled, too slowly. You're new. My stomach dropped. What does that mean? No one answered. The bus kept moving, but something was wrong outside. I looked out the window. The road never changed. The same streetlight, the same broken sign, the same tree, again and again and again, like we were going in circles, but the bus never turned. Stop the bus, I shouted. Nothing. Then I saw it. The reflection in the window. Everyone was sitting, but their reflections were standing, watching me closer than they should be. I stepped back. What is this? The man leaned forward. You don't get off here. What do you mean? His smile widened. You missed your chance. A chill ran through me. What chance? The lights flickered once, twice, then darkness, complete darkness, no sound, no movement, nothing. Then the lights came back. Everyone was closer, still sitting, but closer. I ran to the front. Driver, stop the bus! But the seat was empty. The driver was gone. Yet the bus kept moving. The steering wheel turned on its own. Slow, controlled, unnatural. That's when I understood. This bus doesn't stop. It doesn't have a destination. It just keeps going. And the people inside aren't passengers anymore. They're part of it, waiting for someone else. The lights flickered again. I turned slowly. They were all standing now, in the aisle, watching me, smiling. The same slow smile. The man stepped closer. You'll understand soon. I tried to move, but I couldn't. The bus slowed. For the first time, hope rushed in, but the doors never opened outside. Only darkness, endless darkness. The last thing I remember was someone sitting beside me, their breath, cold, a whisper in my ear. You'll get used to it. Then silence, and the bus kept moving. The last stop is not for the living. I didn't mean to take that bus. I was supposed to go home early that night, but something felt off. From the moment I stepped onto the street, the air was cold, too cold for that time of year. It wrapped around me like something unseen was watching. And the street was empty, completely empty. No cars, no people, not even stray dogs, just silence. The kind that feels heavy, like it's pressing down on your chest. Then I saw it. A bus, pulling up slowly from the darkness. It didn't make a sound, no engine, no brakes, just movement, like it was gliding. I checked my phone, 1:17 a.m. I frowned. I didn't remember any buses running that late, but I was tired, too tired to think clearly, too tired to question it. The doors opened, slowly, with a soft hiss that didn't sound mechanical, more like a breath. I hesitated for a second, then stepped in. Inside, the lights were dim, flickering slightly. The air was colder than outside. The driver didn't look at me, didn't greet me, didn't even move. I walked further in, and that's when I noticed them. Passengers. Every seat was filled, but no one was talking, not even whispering. They were all sitting perfectly still, facing forward, like statues. I swallowed and took a seat near the middle. The doors shut behind me, and immediately, the bus started moving, slowly at first, then faster, too fast. The windows blurred, streetlights stretched into long streaks. Something felt wrong, deeply wrong. I tried to calm myself. Maybe it was just a late route. Maybe everyone was tired. Maybe I was overthinking, but then I noticed something. No one blinked, not a single person. I stared at the man sitting in front of me. His eyes were wide open, dry, unmoving, unnatural. Then he spoke, without turning around. "You shouldn't be here." My chest tightened. "What?" Slowly down, he turned his head. Too slowly, like something was forcing it. His face was pale, lifeless. "The last stop," he whispered, "isn't for the living." My heart started racing. I stood up. "I need to get off." No one responded. The driver didn't react. The bus didn't slow down. Then something worse happened. The passengers started turning. One by one, all of them, turning their heads toward me. At the exact same time, their faces were wrong. Some were cracked like broken porcelain. Some looked burned, skin melted and blackened. Some weren't even complete. And yet, they were all staring at me. "You got on," one of them whispered. "You stay on." Panic took over. I ran toward the front. "Stop the bus!" The driver slowly turned his head, and I froze. There was no face, no eyes, no mouth, just darkness. Deep, endless darkness, like a hole in reality. The bus suddenly slowed, then stopped. The doors opened. Outside was nothing. No road, no buildings, no sky, just blackness. Pure, endless void. "You can get off," a voice said behind me, "but you won't go back." I didn't think. I couldn't think. I jumped. The moment my feet hit the ground, something grabbed me, hands cold, invisible hands, wrapping around my legs, pulling, dragging me back. I screamed, kicking, struggling, fighting with everything I had. Then suddenly, I broke free, and everything changed. I was back on the street, the same street, breathing heavily, alive. The air was normal again, warm, real. The bus was gone, like it had never been there. But something was still wrong. I could feel it, watching me, waiting. The next day, I checked the news. There was an article, a bus accident, same route, same time, same road. Everyone on board had died 3 years ago. No survivors. Since then, I never take the bus. Not at night, not ever. Especially after midnight. Because sometimes, when the street is empty and the air turns cold, I see it again. Coming out of the darkness, silent, waiting, slowing down, just for me. The bus that feeds on memories. It was 11:59 p.m. when I saw it. A bus, parked under a flickering streetlight, doors wide open, inviting me in. I had never seen this route before. The number on the sign didn't exist. I hesitated, but the cold night and my exhaustion pushed me forward. The moment I stepped inside, something changed. The bus was almost empty. Only a few passengers. They didn't speak, they didn't move, but then I noticed something terrifying. Each of them looked like me. Same hair, same clothes, same expressions I remembered from my own life. The driver was unusual, not quite human, more like a shadow, wearing a uniform, his face blurry, shifting. I sat down, heart hammering. The doors closed with a soft sigh, like the bus itself. Exhaled. The bus started moving. At first, the streets seemed normal, then they didn't. Signs I recognized became warped. Buildings shimmered unnaturally, and then I felt it, my memories, slipping. The first passenger I passed, my childhood friend, smiled at me, but it wasn't him, just a shell. Every reflection in the windows, every passenger was feeding on my memories. I stood up. I need to get off. No one answered. The shadow driver whispered softly, "Memories, feed the bus." The walls stretched around me. I felt my happiest moments, birthdays, first kiss, first day of school, vanishing, leaving only fear. A mirror at the end of the aisle reflected me, but older, broken. I reached for it. My hand passed through. The bus shuddered. The passengers all turned toward me. They were all me, and none of them were alive. Why are you doing this? I cried. The shadow driver leaned forward. Everyone who rides leaves something behind, and what is left stays forever. I bolted to the front. The steering wheel moved on its own. The bus careened through streets that didn't exist. Time stretched like hours. The passengers whispered fragments of my memories. The bus hummed, hungry. My life, my moments, feeding it. Then I remembered something. Fear is memory too. I closed my eyes, gritted my teeth, screamed my terror aloud. The bus jolted. The shadow driver shrieked, twisted, faded. The passengers evaporated like mist. I opened my eyes. The bus was empty. The doors slowly opened onto a normal street. Moonlight spilled across the asphalt. The bus waited, silently. I ran. Didn't look back. I don't know if it follows. I only know every time I sleep. The shadows whisper fragments of my past, reminding me. The bus is still out there, waiting, feeding.